homie?
Blaine and Jono with you here down in Hull.
What's up, everybody?
Your shirt's cool.
Yeah, it is. All Elite Wrestling, baby. Got this at the inaugural Canadian AEW set of shows in Toronto.
Yeah.
At the Rampage taping. It was incredible.
First time ever in
First
Canada.
time ever in Canada. Paid $65 a ticket, sat 4 rows from the ring.
That's crazy cheap, dude. What was the venue again? It wasn't a big venue.
It was the Coca-Cola Coliseum, the old Rico Coliseum. We call it the Rico.
Oh, okay.
It was actually funny. Rachel and I were arguing about that, and we were at like some random convenience store.
Okay.
And the guy behind the counter is like, "No, he's right. It's the Rico. You don't call it the Coca-Cola Coliseum. If you're from Toronto, it's like the Sky Dome. It's not the friggin' Rogers Center. But like the Coca-Cola Coliseum in Toronto, like if you're from there, no, it's still the Rico.
Still the Rico, right? Yeah, I'll always call it the Sky Dome.
Oh my God, man. After being, like, I've been to a bunch of WWE shows. Like in 2019, I was at Raw and SummerSlam, like back to back. We went to Raw in August this year. I want to say it was the 22nd. I took my son to a live WWE show here in Kingston as well. Man, nothing compares to AEW.
No.
Bonkers.
I'm loving it because I kind of was in and out of wrestling and being a fan. And when this started, I'm like, they're doing something feels good. Like something feels good about this. They're doing some new shit. They're doing some really cool shit. And man, like they in the last 2 years have evolved just.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's wild. I haven't watched in a couple months, and I'll throw on even Dark, which is what they put on YouTube for fucking free.
I mean,
it's great.
Sorry to interrupt you on this. So it was Wednesday night. We were watching Dynamite on TV. FTR comes out. They're like, we challenge you guys to a match on Friday. Fridays where they air Rampage. They don't always tape it on Friday. Sometimes they tape it Wednesday, sometimes Thursday. Depends on where they are. So it's Wednesday night. It's like 10 o'clock. Like, it was basically like PVR because we were a little bit behind.
Oh, you're watching this at home?
Yeah, we were watching Dynamite. Like laying in bed watching Dynamite. And FTR comes out and says they're challenging for a match on Rampage. So I looked at Rachel. I'm like,
we were there for that.
I'm going, no. I'm going to look at tickets for this. Like the Rampage that we went to was the next day.
Oh.
So it's Wednesday night, like 10 o'clock. The Rampage that we went to was the following day. So that Wednesday night is when we bought the tickets.
Wow.
Like it was so last minute. Like it was ridiculous.
And you had to be there because
FTR, the best tag team on the planet right now. Yeah. They're absolutely incredible.
Fuck the Revolution? Is that what you were saying?
There's a whole bunch of different things that you could use.
I've seen those guys. Is that the bald dude with the mustache?
Yeah. They're like old school, like wrestlers. Like they wrestle the way we watched it when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like they wrestle like the Hart Foundation used to wrestle. Like
they're wrestlers.
Yeah,
there's no dumb shit going on.
I fucking hate it when people call it fake. They have they don't understand anything about it. It's an art form. It's like two dancers choreographing a dance.
Yeah.
Except like
it's a stuntman circus.
It's amazing. And there's a proper way to do things and there's a non-proper way to do things. And like it's not just a fucking free-for-all. Like it is an art form.
But when everybody in the ring is that good and doing everything proper, your mind is blown by how what they're doing. Like when we were at your place there like a year or two ago watching the cage match.
Oh my God, the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. That was incredible.
I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen. I love tag matches.
Man,
I love tag team shit.
Pretty sure half of us had tears in our eyes at the end of that match. Like it was like this.
I've always been. I don't even know who wouldn't be, but like as a fan of wrestling, but just the tag team matches are always so cool because then there's like 4 or 5 people involved in this thing. And that match never stopped and they never missed a beat and everybody was totally fine at the end of all of it. And that's the best part. And dude jumping off the top of the fucking
cage. Man, it's crazy.
That's old school steel cage.
Yeah.
Straight from the apron up.
Yeah.
Not a Hell in a Cell style thing.
When we went to the Rampage taping, it was so crazy, man. Like craziest last minute trip I've ever like.
So you went to both events or no?
No, we didn't go to Dynamite. We were watching Dynamite at home, but we knew the taping for Rampage was the next day.
Right.
So as soon as I heard FTR was going to be there, boom, bought tickets. But that's not it. It didn't end there. Then we found out who was at the meet and greet.
Okay.
So then we paid money and did the meet and greet. So we got to meet the Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed, yeah.
The
arrived.
The AEW World Tag Team Champions. We had to hold the actual physical belts. They're like 20 freaking pounds each. They're so heavy.
Yeah.
They're so cool. Because she's part of like the AEW heels group for women. We got to meet Nyla Rose, Marina Shafir. Oh, my heart. Vicky fucking Guerrero.
Yeah, I saw that. You got your picture taken with Vicky Guerrero.
I've met some famous people in my life.
You sent me that picture, and I'm like, Jono was in the picture with Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. And who was the other girl?
Marina Shafir. She was a UFC fighter previously, and now she's a...
Okay, that's why her name sounded familiar then. I'm like, that's fucking Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, man. I was like, I had so many things I wanted to say to her. Just like thank you. Like,
you guys were the best.
Like, I grew up and still watched your husband. Like, I fall asleep every morning after I go to work watching old wrestling every day. That's what I do.
And Eddie Guerrero's usually in there somewhere.
Man, like Eddie Guerrero. And I'm pretty sure this might have been, and I can't remember if he did this in his last match, but he's the guy that would take a steel chair. Like, if, say, the refs turned around, smash it on the ground, throw the chair to you, the ref turns around, he heard the chair shot, sees the chair in his hand, ding, 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 disqualification, Eddie wins.
Was that an Eddie thing?
That was an Eddie thing.
He started
You lie, you cheat, and steal.
That was so... I always remember seeing that. It was so funny. So he came up with that.
That was his jam.
That was so funny.
Like,
ref's not looking. Whack. Here's a chair, bro. Ref's
like, a chair to him. Oh my god.
You're out. He's like, it wasn't me.
It was so, but
that's like, why wrestling's so awesome.
Oh, it's great. And like all this stuff, like it's just like it's on the fly in front of thousands of people in the crowd. Like this isn't Hollywood. Like it's.
I was watching, and it is annoying when you say, like when people say it's fake. I saw some clip somewhere of a guy getting interviewed on a show. And the host, they're doing an interview. He's interviewing a guy. I don't know who the guy was, hockey player, baseball player, can't remember. And then wrestling came up. And the host is like this. He goes, you know that's fake, right? You're talking to a fucking adult, bro. That's such a rude thing to say. Like, are you a fucking ass? Like, the guy's an asshole.
It's ignorant. It's pure ignorant.
You know it's fake, right?
So dude, you know what I would say?
I would have left.
You know what I would say to that person?
Are you not entertained?
From where you're standing right now, from where you're standing right now, just fall on your back.
Yeah.
Just drop. Just fall.
Take a bump.
Kick those hips up. Kick those hips up and fall flat on your back. Tell me how fucking fake that is.
Yeah. It was so weird.
People, and let me tell you,
it's fake, right? I'm like, what the fuck kind of condescending, shit-stained fucking thing is that?
Wrestling certainly doesn't have the following that it did, 15 years ago.
No.
25 years ago. There's still millions of us out there that do enjoy the art of professional wrestling. So to those of you that like to come at us with the ignorance of that is fake, you do nothing but sound ridiculously fucking stupid to us.
Yeah.
Because you
don't understand.
No idea how it's put together. You don't know how matches are put together, why they're put together the way they are. There is a term called ring psychology. Most of you idiots that say it's fake have never even taken a psychology class. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's such a weird argument. I'm like,
it's choreographed. It's scripted. We get that.
Yeah.
But what they do is not fucking fake.
Yeah. Like it's fake in the way that they're looking. Okay. They're not actually trying to hurt each other.
And punches are worked.
But
meaning like they're not real.
I think it's harder to not hurt a guy.
Yeah. If you want to see a shitty worked punch, Jake Paul, who's like one of the biggest names in boxing right now in the world, showed up at the end of a WWE match in which his brother Logan was wrestling. And let me tell you, Jake throws the worst work punches you'll ever see.
Yeah.
They're the phoniest looking fucking punches. But the guy just knocked out Anderson Silva and won a legit fight.
Yeah.
Wrestling is not...
See, and so who's the brother that was wrestling? Who did he wrestle at WrestleMania or something?
Yeah, he was at The Miz. There was like a tag team match.
Is he wearing the yellow and black trunks?
Yeah.
I saw some clips.
Fucking guy has no right to be as good as he is.
I'm like, that was a really good match. Some of the clips that I saw, I'm like, this motherfucker can actually...
That was his first match.
That was his first match.
His SummerSlam match was his second match. His match at Crown Jewel with Roman Reigns was his third match, and that match was insane. He did like a frog, like jumped off the top of the pole. Did he get him on the table? Got him on the table, held a fucking cell phone up, and took like a selfie video as he landed a perfect frog splash. Yeah. And I mean perfect. He couldn't have nailed this move any better. From the top rope to the announcer's desk, soaring through the air, pivoting to hit the guy. I'm going, that's Logan Paul? Yeah. Is it Logan? Yeah. So Jake's his brother that does like the real boxing shit. And even that angle on that punch was... Oh my God, it was so bad. Like, it was so... But that's... Silva just turtled. So if that doesn't show you pro wrestling ain't easy... Oh, man. Like... It's like... And from a fan's perspective, like, I want to see a move executed perfectly. Like, I don't want to see a guy breaking bones. No. I don't want to see them, like, actually hurt each other. You want to see that shit? Go watch UFC, where guys make less money than we do a year to fight. Yeah. Like, it's real fighting. Yeah, which is bullshit on its own. But like, there is a specific way to train and to pull off these moves so that, like, you make sure your dance partner doesn't get hurt. Like, your job out there in the ring is to make your opponent look like $1 million, because he's supposed to do the same for you. But you got to take care of him. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure he doesn't get hurt. You're trying to pull off this very physical shit while at the same time trying to make sure. And you've got referees that, like, if you take them at face value, they look stupid. Oh man, the refs are so fun to watch. But they're out there. They're like a first aid instructor. I wouldn't call them like a director of the match, but like they're out there to look after them. Yeah. To make sure they're okay. So if something happens and something goes wrong, they can hold up the X. I've seen them even do little stuff like if, the guy's belt came undone. One time I saw like a legitimate belt, like his actual belt holding up his pants. Yeah. Kind of came undone or something. And then something happened where the ref was like screaming in the other guy's face. You hit him 11 times in the corner instead of, you're supposed to stop at 10. Yeah. So now this is going on, and so Buddy can retie his pants. Yeah. It's incredible. Because he needs to hold on to that belt to lift this fucking guy up in the air, and if the belt's not tied properly, and I'm like, I just saw what happened. Yeah. Buddy had 10 seconds right there to put his belt back on, because the ref had to intervene for some fucking made up reason just to kind of make it look like he had a lag. But that's like being able to do that on the fly. It's such a dance in a scripted environment. Like, those are pros. Like, no regular jack off the street is going to be able to do that. Maybe it was CM Punk? Guy German suplexed him a couple times and then pinned him. Wasn't supposed to end that way, but he broke his foot. Oh, yeah. It was after... was it CM Punk? Well, he did break his... I can't remember. There was a guy who was watching a match, and you tell something happened to his foot. He was fucked. Yeah, and then the match just kind of like, German suplex, back the other way again, but he kind of trips and falls, picks him up, does him one more time, pins him. I'm like, no. That wasn't... Something's wrong, because that was weird. Yeah. You can tell that something was wrong. Yeah. Buddy could take... It's almost like they were talking to each other. Like, what can I fucking do to you, buddy? Hit me with a German. Yeah. And then he does it because he doesn't want to hurt him anymore. See that? So then he hit him 3 fucking times with the German, then pinned him. There are wrestlers out there that like to, and apparently Macho Man Randy Savage really liked to have his matches planned out beforehand.
Okay.
Like at WrestleMania 3, he wrestled Ricky Steamboat, one of the best matches ever. And they had the thing planned out beginning to end, move for move.
Oh, yeah.
It was all planned out. Then there are guys that are just like, fuck it, let's call it in the ring.
Yeah.
So they'll just get in the ring and they'll figure it out then.
But it could be that could also be the best match ever.
Yeah, it's
because it depends on how those two people work together. If those two people can go in the ring and give the fans a show, let them do it.
The reason
if Macho Man needs to plan it, well, we'll put him with another guy who likes to plan stuff, and they'll kill it.
I personally believe the number one reason why Bret Hart won the WWF Heavyweight title in '92 from Ric Flair. Obviously, Ric Flair was leaving to go back to WCW anyway. But at the '92 SummerSlam, Bret Hart wrestled the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
At Wembley Stadium in front of friggin' 80,000+ people.
Wow.
Davey Boy was all like cracked out from the night before. Like he didn't know where the hell he was. He didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
So Bret had to call that whole match himself. So everything that happened in that match was called on the fly by Bret Hart.
Bret just knew where to take it.
And that match was almost perfection. So after that,
He's like, man, you got to help me through this. And then Bret's just telling him, go do that. Bang.
Yep. And you would never know watching it. So I think after that match, I think they were like, well, this guy can, like,
he's the best.
What can he do? Like, he literally, he just led the Bulldog through a friggin' half-hour masterpiece, and he didn't even know where he was.
He held his fucking hand.
Yeah.
He wrestled himself.
Like, Bret, yeah.
He basically wrestled himself.
Yeah.
Because if the Bulldog was willing to take 100% direction from Bret, Bret's just...
Yeah, it was incredible.
Wow.
That's like, wrestling is amazing. If you can get over your insecurities and...
Have some fun.
Just enjoy it.
Can we also have fun?
Man, you know what pisses me off before we go?
You know what pisses me off? People not having fun.
My fucking parents, not my mom and stepdad, other side of the fucking world, used to make fun of me for watching wrestling. Meanwhile, my dad was actually the one that got me into it as a kid. They would fucking make fun of me for watching wrestling, yet every day after work, they'd get home and turn on The Young and the Restless.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I have to say to that.
Yeah. Go ahead and watch your soap opera.
Go watch your fucking soap operas. I'll watch mine.
I want to watch my soap opera. Yeah.
Leave me alone.
With the AEW thing, was Jericho not there?
Still is. Jericho is. He was.
No, the event you were at.
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, my God. We sang Judas.
That's what I think you. Yeah. I forgot that part. I'm like, no, because he was there.
Chills, tears. It was like, we've been talking about wanting to be a part of this crowd singing Judas since the beginning.
So that's his theme song, obviously.
Yeah. And it's just like the crowd, every time it plays, the crowd gets wild and sings it and takes over and just...
That must be cool for Chris Jericho to hear that, too. Because when he first came into the AEW, too, you could tell he'd been out of wrestling a little while. And he had to kind of shape back up again and kind of...
Man, dude's been doing DDP yoga. He looks like $1 million now.
Yeah, I seen him recently, and I'm holy fuck! Like within like a year, the dude just transformed himself.
DDP yoga, bro.
DDP, like Diamond Dallas Page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight up, DDP yoga.
Man, I was watching the match when Diamond Dallas broke his fucking neck.
Yeah, I've seen a few...
Buddy had him, it would have been like a suplex from the top rope. So Dallas is on the top rope facing in towards the ring, and then Buddy climbs up and gets him in the headlock, and then they jump over, and then Diamond's supposed to land in the ring on his back, but instead of coming down on his shoulders, he came down on his fucking neck.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
And I was watching that going,
it's fake though.
Oh, it's fake. It was totally fake. It's bullshit.
Totally fake.
I saw that and I'm like, and then Buddy just kind of gingerly pinned him, and then they went to commercial, and then he was on to the next match. But I'm like, you're watching it sometimes, and you're like, oh shit.
There was a match we were watching SmackDown, like some random SmackDown
on TV.
Yeah, it's probably like 6-8 months ago, maybe a little bit more. And Big E, one of the wrestlers from the New Day, is one of the coolest. Never met the guy. Seems like one of the coolest dudes in the world to hang out with. Anyway, another guy grabs him for a German suplex. Grabs him a little bit too low, what it looked like. And Big E's like over 300 fucking pounds. Lands like right on the top of his head. Like right on his neck. Broke his C1. Fractured his C1. Like, dude he's lucky he lived. Like,
well, that was like Owen Hart with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
With the pile driver.
Yeah, but like your C1,
had
like if
way
you're
too low.
And the C1 vertebrae, apparently, like 99.9% of the time, never heals properly.
No.
So, like, he may never wrestle again because of one botched move.
Yeah.
And, like, we watched it, and then the same thing, like, we saw
yeah,
it.
you watch enough wrestling.
Oh, man, that's not good.
Because there's no flow.
Yeah.
It's a dead stop, and you're like...
I can tell when a move is laid out properly, and I can tell when it's... that shouldn't have been done.
Yeah.
For sure. And
same thing.
Yeah.
Weird DDTs. That seems like an easy move. You got the guy, headlock, roll him out, and then stick him right in the ground like a pile, like you're just planting him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck was that? And you're trying to break the guy's fucking neck. There's no way to do that safely.
The trick to do it. The thing is whenever you see a guy in a DDT, and you see them that tap.
Yeah, they do the smack crack.
That's the go down.
Yeah,
that's I'm tapping you, go. Like that's
and
there's a whole lot of that in wrestling. It's really cool.
And it looks theatrical.
It's all pomp and circumstance. It's supposed to be like huge and epic. And
like when like The Rock would do it and stuff too, like just big swinging moves, but he's just signaling stuff.
Yeah, and the thing too,
like when he get him with the rock bottom, and then he smacks the guy on the back and whips his hand around. That dude now knows to jump and go down because he got the smack, And
the other things,
it looks cool on camera
when he's doing like the whole thing with the people's elbow. Like that's nothing but clearly every single eye on the building is now on me.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Yeah,
like there's certain actions and moves and. They'll take their time on certain things, and that's just to be able to make sure everybody in the crowd's paying attention to what's going on right then and there.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do something, you're going to hold up this belt, but the person that's in the front row is going to see it way before the person up there.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to sit there and hold it.
Right.
So you can make sure you get everybody's attention.
Oh, yeah. That extra 5 seconds is a big deal.
Makes the difference. Makes all the difference. That's why you'll see a guy will make a huge move and he'll stand up and turn around and look this way, but then he'll turn and he'll look that way.
Yeah.
That's ring psychology.
Something big's coming.
Pay
the fuck attention. You don't want to miss this.
There are some guys that you go to certain bands and you're like, oh man, like that, what a front man. He's so great with the crowd.
Yeah.
But then you watch wrestling, watch guys like Roddy Piper, watch guys like Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
They can not only they can grab that crowd and take them for a ride.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this guy's cool. Like he's bouncing around on stage. He's doing great things. Like he's literally emotionally grabbing every single one of you and taking you on a journey and you don't even know it.
I was watching a clip popped up on a TikTok video or something of Mankind winning the belt from The Rock.
Yeah.
And it was so cool because Mankind, especially knowing his story.
Watch that again.
Yeah.
Tell me when you've seen a bigger pop than when Stone Cold Steve Austin
That's what I was going to say. I've never seen a crowd because...
The loudest pop
and it almost brings tears to your eyes watching the replay. Because knowing Mick Foley is going to win the belt, or he's trying to win the belt, and he's up against the fucking Rock. You're not going to beat the Rock, But then there's a little bit of interference, you
got Degeneration X, and the corporation all at ringside, and everything's getting fucked up.
So then Billy Gunn's like, fuck this, and he goes in and he's protecting Mankind. The Rock's out because he hit him with a fucking chair.
Yeah.
So the Rock's down, out cold. The guy who holds the belt. Mankind's fucked. Everybody, and because he just got hit with a chair. And then that glass shatters. That place, everybody's over here looking at this. You see the whole place up and turn.
Oh yeah.
And here comes Stone Cold's like, fuck this, you motherfuckers.
But you will never hear a crowd pop as loud as they did when that glass shattered.
And I noticed the pop even got louder because when he gets in the ring, and then he goes and picks that chair up, and the Rock's, all dazed getting up. And then he hits the Rock with the chair. Then they go even like, holy fuck, he's helping Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And then he fucking reaches over, he grabs Mick Foley, throws him on top of the Rock and goes, fuck this, and leaves. Or no, he goes and grabs the ref or whatever. Yeah. Ref looks back, 1, 2, 3, Mankind wins. And Stone Cold just leaves the fucking place. And then Mankind gets his belt and Stone Cold's gone. He just turns around, see ya. I'm like, that's the craziest shit in the world. Because it's amazing. Because The Rock gave the belt to Mick, and that's how they
this is a story.
That's how they planned that to happen.
Exactly.
Whoever
is a story.
Whoever the fuck came up with that was fucking brilliant.
This is wrestling in a nutshell, and I wish people understood it more. This is
I watched it
live storytelling.
I never saw that match when it happened.
It's like, imagine going to watch a play, but then you go and watch that play next week, and it's completely different.
Yeah.
And then the next week, completely, it just keeps evolving.
The pop that you get out of the crowd.
That was the AEW show, man. The crowd was the by far, it was the greatest part. The crowd was incredible.
Yeah.
Everyone was chill and cool and polite to one another, and they were loud.
Loud, yeah. Especially in the small little venue, like the Rico.
So great.
The Rico?
Rico, yeah. And it was packed in there, too.
That's the thing, though, too. At least they know they can sell that place out.
There's a lot of places they go in the States, and they'll friggin' fill half an arena because
they can't find a smaller venue, probably.
Rico was perfect.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But, they could have filled the Air Canada Center.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
18,000 people?
Easy.
Yeah.
But Michael Bublé was playing.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. He's got her down. But you know what,
this is
next
Canada.
Time?
Yeah.
It's like, how many people fit in the Rico? 8,000? 5,000?
Oh, it's like 8,000 or 9,000.
Yeah, so if they go to the ACC, they could double that.
Yeah.
Especially, you know what, you come in small venues a couple times.
Well, this was their first trip into Canada.
That's what I mean. You come into small venues and stuff them. People are clamoring for tickets.
My broomstick has arrived.
Has it?
Yeah.
His ride has arisen. We get talking about wrestling, and it lasts a while.
Oh, my God. We can talk about this shit forever.
And Fight Forever, probably one of the best wrestling video games of the planet, is coming out.
Yeah, we've got over 1,000 views on that. If you guys want to click on it, maybe give us some more. That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Neither one of us were expecting that.
I'll put it in the card at the end here when the songs are playing. You'll be able to click on that video where we talk about the brand new video game that's coming up for All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Tony Khan.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I've been Blaine.
And I've been Jono. And thanks for watching Down in a Hole. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Take on, you guys. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.